Energy is the invisible force that powers everything from the beating of a human heart to the massive strike of lightning across a stormy sky, illuminating the dark, turbulent clouds. At its core, energy is defined by physics as the ability to perform actual work, which is the act of moving an object against a force, overcoming resistance and inertia. The narrative begins by exploring potential energy, which acts as the universe's stored fuel, waiting patiently for the perfect moment to be unleashed upon the physical world around us. Whether it is the gravitational potential energy of a heavy wrecking ball suspended high, hanging precariously above the ground, or the elastic potential energy coiled within a taut bowstring, these states represent power in a state of quiet, intense anticipation before the sudden release. Consider the chemical potential energy locked deep inside the food we eat every single day, providing the essential fuel required for our bodies to function and thrive within this environment. This stored energy is the foundation of all movement, sitting dormant in the silent dark until a specific trigger initiates a transformation into active, observable motion that defines our reality. Imagine a boulder perched on a mountain peak, holding vast potential within its heavy, jagged frame, a silent sentinel of gravity, waiting for the slightest tremor to send it tumbling downward. This is the essence of potential energy, a hidden reservoir of power that remains unseen, yet dictates the possibilities of every object existing within the vast expanse of the cosmos. Physics reveals that this energy is not merely a concept, but a tangible, measurable property, governing the interactions between every atom, molecule, and celestial body throughout the entire universe. When we observe a compressed spring, we are witnessing the physical manifestation of stored work, a mechanical promise that is ready to be fulfilled the moment the constraint is removed. Every object possesses this capacity, a latent ability to influence the world through its position, configuration, or internal chemical composition, waiting for the laws of nature to demand its release. The universe is built upon these foundations of anticipation, where every particle holds its breath, poised to transition from a state of rest into a dynamic dance of constant activity. We see this in the water held behind a massive dam, a lake of potential, pressing against the concrete barriers, yearning to flow and generate power for the waiting world. This is the silent engine of existence, the invisible fuel that powers the grand design, ensuring that every action has a source and every movement has a preceding state of stored capability that defines the very nature of energy in our complex, interconnected physical reality. Gravitational potential energy is perhaps the most intuitive form, scaling directly with an object's height. The higher an object is lifted against the pull of gravity, the greater its potential. This relationship is fundamental to understanding how we harness energy from our natural world daily. Consider the massive wrecking ball, pulled high into the air by heavy industrial steel cables. It sits in a state of suspended animation, holding immense destructive power within its mass. It is not moving, yet it possesses the capacity to do significant work upon impact. Elastic potential energy, conversely, is found within objects that can be stretched or compressed significantly. When an archer pulls back a bowstring, the energy is stored within the bent wood. The tension creates a temporary state of readiness, holding the potential for rapid, kinetic release. Chemical potential energy is equally fascinating, existing within the bonds of atoms and molecules. It is the energy found in the batteries powering your handheld gaming controller right now. It is the same energy stored in the glucose molecules within your morning breakfast meal. These chemical bonds hold the key to life, releasing energy when they are broken down. The host holds a large rubber band, stretching it out tightly toward the camera lens. The rubber band is taut, representing a clear, visual example of elastic potential energy stored. It is not currently moving, yet the energy is locked inside the stretched material fibers. If the host were to release the tension, that stored energy would instantly change form. This transition from potential to kinetic energy happens in the blink of an eye today. We observe these transformations constantly as potential energy serves as the starting point for motion. Without this stored capability, the universe would be a static, unchanging place of absolute stillness. Instead, we live in a world where energy is constantly waiting to be put to work. The potential is always there, whether in a high mountain or a tiny chemical bond. It is the quiet before the storm, the tension before the snap, the fuel before. The potential energy is the foundation upon which all kinetic motion is eventually built up. By understanding these forms, we begin to see the hidden architecture of our physical world. The rubber band remains stretched, a perfect metaphor for the potential energy we are discussing. It is a simple object, yet it embodies the complex laws of physics so perfectly. As we prepare to transition, remember that potential energy is just the first major form. The second form, kinetic energy, is the inevitable result of this stored power being released. Let us now explore how this stored potential transforms into the energy of pure motion. As that stored potential is finally released, it immediately transforms into kinetic energy, the vibrant power of motion. This transition is strictly governed by the fundamental law of conservation of energy, a pillar of physics. The law dictates that energy is never created or destroyed, only shifted from one form to another. Consider the roller coaster car as it plunges down a steep track, defying gravity with sudden speed. Its stored gravitational potential energy rapidly converts into kinetic energy, reaching its peak velocity at the bottom. The air rushes past the passengers, turning their silent anticipation into a blur of pure kinetic motion. Even when the ride eventually slows down, the energy does not simply vanish into the empty air. It merely dissipates into the surrounding environment, manifesting as subtle heat and the roar of sound. Friction steals the momentum, yet the total energy within the closed system remains perfectly, stubbornly constant. From the glowing light bulbs in our homes to the fuel burning in our vehicles, life continues. Our entire existence is a continuous, fascinating cycle of energy, constantly changing its physical outfit daily. It proves the universe is a dynamic system of constant, rhythmic transformation, keeping the cosmos moving. Every heartbeat, every falling leaf, and every spinning planet follows this same elegant and universal rule. We are surrounded by these invisible exchanges, witnessing the silent dance of atoms shifting their hidden power. The potential waits patiently in the shadows, while kinetic energy takes the stage in a brilliant display. This interplay defines the very fabric of our reality, binding the microscopic to the vast galactic. Energy flows like an invisible river, carving the landscape of our physical world with relentless, steady precision. Nothing is truly lost in this grand design, as every action leaves a trace of its energy. We observe the world through this lens, seeing the hidden work behind every movement we perceive today. The roller coaster stops, but the energy that propelled it lives on in the heat of brakes. It is a cycle that never truly ends, merely shifting its form to suit the next moment. This is the heartbeat of physics, the pulse that keeps the stars burning and the earth spinning. We are part of this grand, energetic tapestry, woven from the same forces that move the world. Every breath we take is a testament to this ongoing, beautiful, and eternal conversion of raw power. The universe remains a masterpiece of efficiency, recycling its energy through every possible state and form. We look at the world differently now, understanding the hidden mechanics behind every simple daily action. The potential energy of a stone on a hill is the promise of future kinetic motion. When it falls, the promise is kept, and the energy transforms into the sound of impact. Heat radiates from the ground, carrying away the final remnants of that once stored, quiet energy. It is a perfect, closed loop of existence that sustains the complexity of our modern, technological life.